video tutorial we discuss about the login page in Servlet using the database as a mysql. Let's see with practical. I just click on the file, new, and take the dynamic web project, and a dialog box will be displayed here. And simply I giving my project name as a login demo, and click on the next, and check on this checkbox and generate web.xml deployment descriptor, and then click on the finish. My project displayed under the project explorer, and just I explore it, and right click on the web content, and a menu, pop-up menu displayed here, and just click on the new and take HTML file, and I write here the index.html, and then finish. I just creating here a anchor tag href equal login.html, then close it, and I write here the login and then save it. Just I create here a link to click on this anchor tag login, and just you go to the login.html page. So I need here to create a login.html page, and again right click on the web content and take HTML file, and I write here the login.html as my file name, and here I take a div tag and close it, and taking CSS style as height, HAGST height as 200 pixel, and width as 300 pixel, and border color as red, border width as 4 pixel, and border color, border style and solid, terminated with semicolon, and taking here the S3 label heading, and I write here as a login within the heading, and taking here the table, and tr for table row, close it, taking here the td, close it, and I just copy it and paste it, and I write here the user ID, and input type as a text, and giving as a name user ID. Okay, and copy it and paste it, and I write here the password, and input type as a password because I want to mask my password, and I delete name and write here the password. Okay, again paste it and delete it, and giving here the submit as a button, and delete the name, and simply I write here the value equal submit. Okay, and then save it, and here I am taking a form tag, and action equal dot slash servlet 1, close it, just I cut it and paste here. Okay. When the user enter the user ID and password, click on the submit button. Then you will go to Servlet 1, because I am giving here the URL of my Servlet 1 into the form tag, and save it. So I need here to create a Servlet 1. So I just right click on the src folder and click on the new, and take a servlet, and I write here servlet, my servlet name as a servlet 1. Okay, and next and finish. My servlet file is created here, and I don't need this code and constructor, so I delete and then save it. I don't need this code, I delete it. Okay, I don't need this code, I delete and then save it. Okay, here I write print writer object as a out response dot get writer okay, and terminated with semicolon. I need here to import the java.io package, so I import java.io package, and here I am declare the variable string user id equal request dot get parameter, and passing as a parameter name user id, and terminated with semicolon, and here I am taking another variable password equal request dot get parameter, and argument as a password, and terminated with semicolon. Okay, here I am declaring http session object session equal request dot get session. Okay, and a boolean type variable boolean flag variable, and assigning the false. Okay, here I need to import the http session. Okay, and just I am giving here the condition if first I need to write here the JDBC code. I need here to write the JDBC code for connectivity with mysql. I simply write here the try, and catch, then exception p, and I just write here the out dot print, passing here as a object p, and here I write class dot for name, and giving here my driver as a com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver, driver, terminated with semicolon. Okay, and I write here the connection interface connection object con equal driver manager dot get connection, and I write here the JDBC colon mysql colon slash local host localhost 3306 and test demo as a database and comma user ID as a root and password as a root terminated with semicolon. And just I need here to import the package, import java.sql package, came here and I write here statement stmt equal con dot create statement terminated with semicolon and then result set rs equal stmt dot execute query and then select star from t and terminate with semicolon. Okay, and then I am using while loop rs dot next int and I am giving here the condition if user ID equals rs dot get string column as a 1 and password dot equals column 2 rs dot get string and column 2 and session dot set attribute giving here the user and here user ID. Okay, and then flag equals true and a response dot send redirect servlet 2 come out the loop and giving here the condition if flag equal false out dot print invalid user ID or password and then save it. Okay, look here, I am just store the user ID and password into the user ID and password, and this user ID and password coming from the login.html page, and here I am creating a session object as a session and a boolean type of variable flag as of storing the flag value as a false, and simply I need to connect with the database, so I write here the JDBC code. Just write here the class.forName. ForName method is used to dynamically load the driver class, so I am using here the mysql driver class. And driver manager class have a get connection method, and this connection method take the 3 argument URL, user ID and password. This is the URL of my database, and this is the database name as a test demo, and the user ID as a root and the password as a root. The get connection method basically used to establish the connection with the database, and simply return the connection object con, and with the help of connection object con have a method create statement. It just create the statement, and with the help of statement object we can execute the database queries, and we have a method execute query. Simply I write the database query select star from T, means we have a table T and it retrieve all the records from the database table T and simply store the result set object rs, and result set have a method next. It's continue this loop until it find the record into the database and return the true, and if not find then it return the false. Come inside the loop and simply I check here user ID is the string variable, so I am using here the equals method, and within the argument I simply pass the rs.getString and passing here the column as a 1, means I want to retrieve the value column 1 as a user ID from the database. And same process here for the password and using the column as a 2. If the user ID and password match with the database column user ID and password, both value match, then condition is true. Then the user ID value store into the session object with the help of session attribute and method, and in the next line using the flag as a true, and simply response.send redirect to servlet 2. So I need here to create a servlet 2. Before this, if the user ID and password not match, then the value of flag is false. So it will print the message invalid user ID or password onto the screen. Okay, and I save it, and just I need here a jar file, mysql connector. You simply download this file from the Google, and just I copy my mysql connector jar file, and just I copy and came here, explore the web.content and web.inf, paste into the lib folder, and right click on the mysql connector and click on build path, add to build path. Okay, and then save it. If you are not using this jar file, the driver class and so many methods not available, and it will simply print the errors as a class not found. Okay, and just again I right click on the src folder and click on the new, and take a servlet 2 and next and finish. Okay, second servlet is create here. Just delete this information and enter here, and just copy the print writer, this statement, and paste here. Okay, and just I write here the http session equal request dot get session and I'm just giving here the false, and just import the this. Okay, and I simply write here if session not equal null, then I am declaring here the variable string name equal session dot get attribute, and just passing here the user and terminated with semicolon, I need here to type cost, so I type cost into the string. Just write here the out.print and giving here the welcome to admin, and then print the user ID that is stored into the name variable and save it. Else we don't need to write else, you can also write else what could I write? Simply session not null, on that case welcome, otherwise I think don't need here. I delete this information and I write here out dot print and just creating here the anchor tag href equal dot slash servlet 3 and close it. Okay, and I write here logout. Okay, and then save it. I just need to create another servlet as a servlet 3, so I click on the new and take another servlet and write here the servlet 3 and click on the next and finish. Okay, my third servlet is created here, and just I delete this garbage code and I enter here, just creating here the HTTP session object, session equal request dot get session and giving here the false. Okay, and I import. Okay, and just I write here the session dot invalidate method called here, and I need here to copy this statement and paste here, and I simply write here the print you are successfully logged out. Okay, and then save it and simply I write here out.print and giving here the anchor tag href equal within single quote I write here the index.html and then close it, anchor tag, and I write here the index. Okay, and then save it. I come here servlet 2. After successful login, the control come to servlet 2, and here I am just created here the session object as a session and giving here the false because I do not want to create another any session next new sessions. And here I am check the session not equals to null, means if the value of session not null, on that case the user ID value store into the are assigned into the name variable, and just with the help of print function print the user ID here that is stored into the name variable. And here I am using the anchor tag logout OUT, and when user click on the logout, it simply go to servlet 3 and onto the servlet 3, I simply create a session object and calling the invalidate method that store all the value into the session. With the help of print method, I simply print the message you are logout successful, and simply with the help of this printer function, I create a link that when the user click on the index, it simply go to index.html page. Okay, and come to index.html page, and just I run it, run on server, and finish. Okay, and my index.html will be displayed into the browser. It is taking little time, no problem. Okay, starting here 100%. Okay, just I click on the login. This is my login page, and before this I need to create the database user ID and password, but I am also created it before doing this, so I just want to come here and open the mysql. And just connect it, and simply I drop my previous test demo database, and execute it. Okay, I create my database as a test demo and execute it. There is errors. Create database demo, test demo. I select it and execute it. Okay, and simply use my test demo database with the help of use keyword, and I execute it. Okay, and I create the table, create table T, and user ID varchar 30 and password as a varchar 30, and I just select it and execute it. Okay, my table is created here, and I insert the record, insert into T values RAM, RAM. I am giving here the user ID and password as the same, and execute it. Okay, I am giving another username and password as a Ramesh, and insert it. Just I am passing a query, select star from T to view the records, and this is the user ID as a Ram and password as a Ram. User ID next Ramesh and password as a Ramesh. Okay, I came here and just I close it and save it, and again I run it, run on server, and then click on the next, finish, and then click on the login, and I write here RAM and RAM, click on the submit. It redirect to Servlet 2. Welcome to admin. First it go to Servlet 1. After successful login, it come to the Servlet 2 and welcome to admin and RAM, and simply print the message logout. When we click on the logout, then you are successfully logged out, and click on the index. When you click on the index, you will simply go to the index page. Again you click on the login, and here I want to pass the wrong password like anything, and submit. It simply print the invalid user ID or password. Thank you friends. Please subscribe my channel and like my video and comment on my video. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks a lot.